Hi, everybody. This is Mike Gerdes from the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living. And you might notice that today we're out on our deck. And you can see, if you see off in the distance, the trees out there are starting to get a little bit green. Really looking forward to that. I love spring. It's one of my favorite times of year. Today I want to be talking about something that has to do with spring and planting. I want to be talking about something what we refer to in religious science is the science of mind teaching of what you reap always what you sow. What you sow, you shall always reap. So let's say, for example, you wanted to plant some tomatoes, or you got a tomato bush. You could start with a seed, you could start with a bush, and if you put it in the soil, what's going to grow, you could expect to be tomatoes. If you take a seed of corn, you put it in the ground, do you know what's going to come up? Yeah, corn. It's amazing how things like that happen because you always reap what you sow. You always get what you give out. Now, an interesting story. There was this man named Jed. He was an iron worker. He was in Chicago. And they were building a new building. He was up on the 32nd floor. We're talking out on one of those pieces of iron. And he stopped for lunch. And he opened up his lunch pail. And he pulled it out and said, "Oh, a bologna sandwich on white bread with mayonnaise. God, if I have another one of these, I'm going to jump off the beam." And his friend who was sitting next to him, his co-worker was sitting next to him and said, "Jed, if you don't like bologna sandwiches, why don't you tell your wife to make something different?" And he looked over to him and he said, "Carl, I don't have a wife. I make my own lunch." The truth is, a lot of us are like Jed. We make our own lunch. And then we find out we don't like the lunch where we're being served. Now, there was one of our great teachers by the name of Dr. Robert Bitzer. And he has a special place in my heart because my teacher, he was my teacher's. So, in other words, I'm sort of like a grandchild with regards to teaching. And one thing he taught is that not to abandon principle, even under special circumstances. And the reason that's important today is we got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of fear going on. People are, we're supposed to sit, harbor in place, keep in, shut in, don't go outside. When you go outside, wear a mask and all that, which is great. I want you to continue to do what you need to do to follow common wisdom and to do the things that the Center for Disease Control and the Department of Health say to do. But I found that some of us are going off into strange ways. We're thinking that we have to stockpile up toilet paper. We have to stock up on paper towels. We go to the store. I went to the store the other day and I saw a woman stockpiling bottles of water. And many of you have been to the store like I have and you've seen shelves cleared out because fear set in. And the problem with that is that when fear sets in and the seed is planted that there's not enough, what's happened? Well, you see that in the grocery store shelves. There's not enough. That's because people don't share. There's a law of growth. And as we're learning to grow through this experience, it's going to hurt sometimes. But one of the things we need to remember is we reap what we sow. So if I'm thinking that things are dangerous out there, if I'm thinking thoughts of lack and limitation, that I can't, that I don't know what to do and that I don't have a way out of this situation, you're going to be in a whole lot of hurt because life always tells you yes. Now, what I'd suggest that you do is join with me in a second and let's go within, shut our eyes, and know that infinite spirit guides us and directs us right now. into what it would have us do to create the greater expression of life. Reveal to me, Spirit, that which you will have me do. Now open your eyes. What's the first thought that comes to mind? What's the first thought that comes to mind when you invoke Spirit to reveal to you what it is that you should do? I can tell you whether it's something that's a divinely inspired idea or not, is whether it's something that helps others. Helps others and robs no one. Some of us have been getting into the blahs too. I can get that because you're staying inside, you're looking outside, and you see clouds. I got good news for you. It's always sunny in Philadelphia. You say, how come it's always sunny in Philadelphia when I see clouds? Because on the other side of the clouds, there's sunshine. In each of our days from time to time, we're going to run into cloudy days. But we can have hope knowing that on the other side of the clouds is the sunshine. Now, what did Spirit reveal to you that it wanted you to do? Let's take that thought, let's take that idea in mind, and let's see ourselves as actually doing that, actually being that. Knowing that everything is needed for the perfect unfoldment of that idea has now taken place, and we're right there right now. Let's give thanks that we are right there right now. Now let's open up our eyes and recognize there is something for us to do directly right now that's going to help us progress in the orderly process of getting to where it is that we want to go. But the first important thing is we've planted the seed. We've planted the seed into consciousness. Just like the farmer plants corn seed in the ground, we've planted a seed of being of positive service, divine service, to Spirit and our fellow man and woman. We recognize that good is always ours, that there's always sunny in Philadelphia and right where you are. And life is really good. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I'd like to remind you that there are many ways to support the Center for Spiritual Living, the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living during this time. And one of those ways is going to our website, which is, I'll show you right up here, which is cslphilly.org. There you go. Or what you can do is text that phone number. You'll see it's called text the word give to our new text to give phone number, which is 484-494-2219, or stick a check in the mail, or send checks through your bill payer system with your bank. We appreciate your support. We appreciate you. Let's have a closing treatment. Giving thanks that good is always ours. Giving thanks that that Spirit was revealed to us what Spirit would have us do. We go forward, knowing that we're lifted by Spirit, knowing that our good is assured, knowing that we fear nothing because God is always with us. We embark on this wonderful adventure. We give thanks for this opportunity to express the greater idea. We give thanks that principle always prevails. For this we give thanks, releasing this to the law. We know it is so, and together we declare, and so it is. See you in the center tomorrow.